morning
Hey guys,
review.
and here we are again
And we have
with another
today the
episode of the
Imperial
early
Combat Driver.
morning Lego
I said in
Magazine
prior
review,
videos that
the
we'll
Star
be
Wars
doing mainly
edition,
minifigures, and at this
episode
point, we've started the minifigures.
13.
This is issue number
Jump in
12.
and check it out,
We're
guys.
past the earlier issues,
As you can
so
see on the
it will be
worktop
fluctuating
here,
now,
we
as
have
they made mini builds in between the
a
sets, not just minifigures. But as I said prior,
combat
I mainly
driver
collect minifigures,
pilot.
so we'll be basically doing minifigures. But some of the
It's
sets
one of
will
the early
come with double,
editions.
like the last one we reviewed.
Rare
It had
figure
a double
inside.
poly
To
bag
get
bonus,
this figure, you'd have to buy a
minifigure, and a
set.
ship.
You will not
Sometimes you
get
get a
this
bonus of
figure
2
alone.
minifigures.
I've
Sometimes you get a
never
bonus
seen
of
it
2
in an
ships, but
advent
I
calendar.
don't usually collect that.
The only other
So
place
jump on in,
I've
guys,
seen it
and let's review this
is
magazine.
when you buy the Walker. Okay, so
It's great to have all you guys that's on.
rare
Great to see
figure
you.
to get.
Thanks for jumping in.
All right, so let's have a
Don't know
look
if any of you guys,
inside
since I've started this,
and
start
see
looking
what it
to collect these. Like I
has
said,
in
you
there.
will get minifigures because this Imperial
So on the front
Combat
here, you
Driver
basically see
came a few
the
sets. This is a
minifig
limited edition. You're not going to get it in a lot of sets. And if you
and
did get in a set, it would cost you
other
more than a magazine.
characters
Again, back then you could get
on the
you can
front
win a
of the
free set,
magazine. This one particularly came out in
but it was very hard to get
2016,
minifigures like this.
right? The
For
second
the
year
price that you
of
would get
the
this particular magazine. Let's check it out and
release.
see what it says. So under here,
So
you
you
have
have
the
the figure under,
figure, plus let's check what it is. So it
and
came
the
out on the
date
day of March
over
to
here.
April 4th,
The price
2017.
was $4.99. They
3.99.
went up in
Which
price.
is a great price again to get that
Before it was
minifigure.
$3.99.
Disney was
They went
already
up
in
in price
charge. So
2016, because obviously they started putting minifigures in there, and
let's jump in
basic bricks
and see
minifigures are
what's
more
inside.
exclusive than basic bricks because you can take bricks and put them together if you wish. So let's jump in.
Okay, let's check
and
it out.
check it out.
So we have
So
some Nexo
right
Knights.
here we
Again, I
see
will be
Nexo
reviewing
Knights.
Nexo
That's
Knights
another
also.
one I will be doing a review
And I was
on.
actually going through my Lego
Alright, guys, so check
bits and
this
pieces,
out.
and I
If you know
saw this,
Nexo
and I
Knights
wasn't
at
sure
all,
what it is.
they have
And
actually
now I can
stopped
say what it was.
making this.
Did I find that
Similar
around
to
someplace close by?
Chima, they
I can
did
show it
that
to you guys,
also
because
earlier
I had a set
on,
that
and
came
they've
with.
stopped making. They
Absolutely
came
sure.
out in 2017.
Let's move on here.
and
I also will be doing Friends,
2016
Ninjago,
magazines
Batman,
also.
DC, Avengers, Spider-Man,
And they stopped at like
Minecraft, which is very hot now. And as you guys
Anyway,
know,
let's
this year we're
go
going to
on
get
with the
Minecraft
magazine. Like I said,
advent
it's always
calendar.
2 comics.
They have
They
not
give away
made
free stuff in the
Avengers this
magazine.
year, but they're
2
making Minecraft,
comics,
so check for that if
a
you're a fan of
centerfold,
that.
and different
Should be cool.
puzzles and games.
Okay, so intro. It started differently from the last couple because usually you guys know it's not another page there. Probably isn't. I'm not getting it. No, there isn't. There's usually right here either the intro of the magazine, which is the profile of the magazine, index, glossary if you want to call it that. But there was none there. These pages are very, very hard. So in fact, so let's jump in. Here we go. We got. They started this one with the Rebels early. Usually they come in the second half of the magazine, as far as I've been seeing. Here we have First Order clones setting up a blaster to shoot down the Millennium Falcon. What do you guys think about that First Order trooper? Do you think that's one of the best in that gold, silver? Just move this back here. In that silver, I think I got it just right here, and we can review that while we're doing this. It's not something I was planning on doing, but I figured it was right here so I can show it to you guys, but it's not. Anyway, let's move on. So he says it was him. He's stealing a part of the gun, the blaster. And let's move on. Also, the ship that's on there right now, I'm not a fan. I don't know what you guys think about the build. I'm not a fan of that ship. So they're after him. He throws the part that he stole from back at him, jumps in the ship, and he's looking to take off. So if you look here, there's a search game. Basically, you have to find different things in the game. How many blasters can you find? How many flame throwers, lightsabers, if you can find Finn, and which minifigures should be in the scene. So let's move on. He took off, and there are 2 TIE fighters behind him. He blasted one of them from the bottom, and one of the Lego bricks is broken off. Here we go, another one's chasing him, and he's off. Seems like he got hit. And he's going down, Death Star in the background, and part of the ship crashes into the Death Star. Sorry. Star Destroyer. Death Star. Let's move on. As you guys know, that Death Star is going to come out. It's going to be unbelievable at £1,000, $1,000. That's incredible. Can't believe it. Anyway, he crashes down, and she's after him. Over here, he's being chased by the Millennium Falcon's right man. This will be close, he says. And the TIE fighter crashes. And he says, hey, that's not fair. Even the Resistance isn't fair when it comes to to the First Order. And he's all stuck in some sand here. That's the end of that. I want to see what's the second comic, because they don't usually throw in the first one as Rebels. Here we go, one of the significant puzzles, some maze. And here's another one down at the bottom, too much sand. So you basically have to writing what you see here if you can figure out what's behind the sand. And another one over here. Which force is strong in you? So they want to know if the Sith, the Jedi, which one is strongest. Here we go, here's a profile of Finn. Imperial file. So, species human, gender male, occupation stormtrooper. I've never seen them done that before. They just say affiliation, which they have at the bottom. Initially First Order, later Resistance, and they changed the word weaponry, blaster and lightsaber. You got two Finn here, so you guys know they have two of them. Finn with lightsaber, Finn with blaster, and you get that signature here still in these early magazines. Imperial combat driver. The big pullout. Wow, this is nice. I like this. This is nice. Finn Trooper F2187. That's pretty nice. And there's the Imperial combat driver. Who's who? Freemaker Adventures. Information on each character right here. Heat on Mustafar. So they're sitting in the canteen. What's Roger doing back there? Remember that? Remember the real Roger? He comes with mixed pieces. You found him in a set, and you had to basically put him together because he was like a surprise in the set. I actually do have that Roger. They wired him to make him work for them. Anyway, here's a battle happening, and we see TIE fighters against X-Wings. Let's move on through. And they crash. Big repair job, you say. And here's the Roger, ready to repair. And Roger, but now the Roger that came, this tone is not the tone. It's basic tone, and then they added the different parts to it. So this is a totally different one from what I've seen before. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Great to have you on. And here we go. More action from Roger. Seems like he's going to fall over into the lava here. I wonder what would happen later on if Roger did fall in there. Would he be able to get himself out? So let's move on. This is one of the more picturesque magazines of all the magazines I've reviewed so far. It says, I've had enough of this planet. And Roger is working really hard back there carrying stuff. They make it the best out of Roger's strength. And here we get to the end. Let's jump in and see what's happening back here. The transport. Yeah, I wasn't really too keen on the transport, but you did have some figs in there. You had Leia. You had a Resistance Trooper, two of them. Different one helmet can open up, so that was something different. Had Admiral on there too, and a basic glossary. 4 minifigs it can carry. Ship dimensions: 8 centimeters high, 33 centimeters wide, 20 centimeters deep. Price $60. Pieces 646 pieces. Let's move on inside. And as I said, I will be doing Batman magazine reviews, superheroes. But this particular one is sort of like a hardcover. It comes with a little round disc where you get the minifigure as opposed to a poly bag like that. I collect a couple of those, but again, I wasn't really into that. So it's different compared to this one. So they did it in Star Wars also, but I did collect, again, I will collect the first one. So I do have the first one, DC, the one of so because I do collect the first issue, stuff like that. So here's the ship that you could have won. So Rebel U-Wing fighter. It's all look like a Mandalorian ship, doesn't it? And any one of these other two, you could have also won. K2SO or Jin. And back here, the next toy was the TIE Advance, plus 2 great comics. And you got your answers to all your questions over here. Now, this mini build looks pretty cool. But that was for the Freemakers Adventures. Looks pretty cool, though. So it's a cutout for you. And then in the back. So that's the early morning review, guys. Again,